My beautiful psychic sister, how are you?
My gorgeous partner in true crime. I'm fucking fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. In case you kids didn't hear last episode, we officially announced that we are doing our first ever live show in New Orleans, October 3rd and 4th. So jump on our website, Another Fucking Horror Podcast, and go to live events to get your tickets to see us live. And we're also partnering with French Quarter Phantoms to offer a private ghost vampire true crime tour that's going to be amazing. So jump on that shit and come see us live because we want to see you and smush your faces. And we think that that'd be kind of great.
Yes. Boop your little noses. We'll do it all.
See, that is the categorical difference between me and Amy. I'm like, I want to like assault you. And Amy's like, I'm just going to like boop your nose.
Boop your little nose. What is that called? Cuteness aggression? When it's just like, you're so cute, you can't handle it. You're like, I gotta.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It's like when animals are so cute, you're like, I want to just shove your whole face in my mouth or like bite your paws or something. Yeah. Cuteness aggression.
Well, I remember seeing a thing on social and I was like, yes, this makes sense to me. Of when it's like you just love someone so much that like kissing isn't enough and like hugging, you just like need to like bite them. And I was like,
yes,
yeah,
that's it.
100%.
Yeah.
I just need to like bite you a little bit on the shoulder to just be like, this is the way my mammalian brain is expressing just how much you mean to me.
I totally get it.
Why am I single? I don't know, Amy. I really don't know.
I don't know because I would love that. Are you kidding me? I get it. I get it. There was like a running joke in my family when I was growing up that I was a biter because I would do the same thing. They'd be like, you got to watch out. She's a biter.
It's like, it's not aggression. It's love. I promise. I just love you too much.
I just need a piece of you inside of my mouth. I'm sorry. No, I totally get it. You're speaking to my soul right now, Monique. And I can't fucking wait for New Orleans.
My God. I am so excited. And a few people have already gotten tickets. And one person who did, Michael, hey girl, how you doing? Who's at our Cute and Creepy weekend last year and is a huge fan of the show. He's very fancy and very cultured and very well traveled.
Yes.
I found out he's never been to New Orleans. And I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Guys, even if our show sucks, it's not gonna. But even if it does, New Orleans is amazing. Like,
it's
just
so
go for
much
that.
Fun. Yes.
My God. Oh my God. I cannot overstate how excited I am about going to New Orleans, doing our first show, and seeing all of you lovely people. And Amy will be gentle and lovely with you, and I will be aggressive as fuck and possibly bite you.
You've been warned. You've been warned.
You know, you're welcome.
Yes. Not everyone gets that. So, you know, that's an honor, in my opinion.
And in New Orleans, land of vampires, hey, man, biting's par for the course. Just saying.
That's just standard. That comes with your plane ticket. Like, free bites. Yeah. You're going to get them. No, I'm so excited. I've never had like a spooky adventure to New Orleans. I've only ever I went once for Mardi Gras.
All right.
Yeah. And then I went once on near my birthday as like part of a road trip across America when we went to move to Seattle.
To Vashon? Okay.
Yeah. But it was great.
Girl, you're so overdue.
I know. So yeah, it's been like 6 years, I want to say, since I've been.
Oh.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
I'm like meth scratching myself because it's been like I haven't gone since my birthday.
You need your fix. Yeah.
100%. I go once or twice a year. And this is, I think, one of the longest stretches of time I've not gone to New Orleans since I started going as an adult. So I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck? But in like a little bit over 2 months, we're going to be there, baby.
We're going to be there.
And you should be there too. Just saying. There's beignets. What else do you need?
Beignets. Last time I was there was with Johnny, and we went to a place to listen to jazz, and they had a burger on the menu that was a peanut butter bacon burger. And all the description said was, it's better than it sounds. And we're like, okay, well, we have to fucking try this burger. Because, like, it sounds insane. But the fact that they put that tells me it's amazing.
I'm right? Obsessed with that.
We were sold immediately. So we were like, okay, like, if we're not going to like it, like, let's not get two. So we're like, we'll get one and split it. It was fucking amazing.
Everything
it was
in New Orleans
so
is amazing.
Good. And after we ate it and told the server, we were like, the description was accurate. Thank you. Correct. Correct.
Yeah, because I'm sure they had it for like a month and couldn't move it. And they're like, okay,
and no one ordered it because they're like, that sounds gross.
We need to fucking put this in the description.
And you know what? Brilliant marketing. It fucking worked. Yeah.
I love everything about that. We got to find that place. That's amazing.
I know. I'll have to ask Johnny if he remembers. We were walking down Bourbon Street and just randomly found this place and walked in.
I'm sure we can Google it.
I have no idea what it's called. Yeah. They better have that fucking burger still. That's all I'm saying.
Girl. And if you guys want to wear some of our merch when you come see us in the Big Easy, we have cute summer camp inspired merch also to be found on our website, anotherfuckinghorrorpodcast.com. So check that shit out. Do you have any recs or anything before we jump into the spooky yukis?
Not really. I got Johnny to start watching Chimp Crazy with me.
And is he like, what the fuck am I watching? Yes. There is no other normal reaction. There's no other reaction to this other than, what the fuck am I watching?
He just keeps being like, this bitch is crazy. And I'm like, you don't even
fucking know, girl.
I feel bad because I keep having to stop myself from being the annoying person who's like, just wait. Just wait. Because I would say it every 10 seconds.
So, yes, we do also have that on our Patreon, our episode by episode coverage, which the last episode drops this coming week, this Friday.
Yes.
And you get to see our faces as we cover this truly batshit insane 4 hours of our lives that may turn into a second season because Homegirl like just cannot stop. Like, Amy and I work a billion hours a week. We kind of very rarely get to talk to each other outside of doing the podcast unless it's like podcast work related.
Yes.
And I literally texted her while we were both at work, all caps, Amy. And with the latest update, she's like, what the fuck? This bitch is crazy. And I'm like, I know, girl. Okay, we're going to get all into it. Just go on our fucking Patreon. We're going to get into all of it. I love that Johnny's watching Chimp Crazy. I love it.
Yes. We finished episode 2 last night and we got a little bit into episode 3.
Because you have to start episode 3 immediately after episode 2.
Immediately.
You have to. There's not an option.
Yes. But it was late and he definitely fell asleep in it. So I just like paused it. There were a couple things he didn't react to. And I was like, there's no way he's not saying something for this. So like I leaned over and I was like, nah, he's out. Okay. I was like, I'm going to stop this.
100%. I did the exact same thing when I was watching with Mark. And I'm like, he's asleep. There's so much insane information.
There's no way you're not saying something right now.
He's asleep. Okay. We're going to pause this and we're going to start this up again tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
I love that. I got home around like 2:45 last night.
My God.
This morning, excuse me. And I was dead. And I stayed up to watch the latest South Park episode, which I don't watch.
It was amazing. I forgot I had watched that. Yes.
Yeah, because everyone was like, you need to watch this before Trump gets it taken off the air. And I was like, noted. And then I was like, oh my God, noted. Yes. Wow.
They're amazing. Chef's kiss, no notes. Like, ugh.
It was pretty great. And then I also saw the very upsetting documentary series, Amy Bradley is Missing, which one excellent title name, get her name out there. And it's about a woman who went missing from a cruise.
Yes.
On a family vacay. And I was like, okay, so she just like fell overboard.
Fell over.
Nope. What? Like and because it has to do with like international waters, but not really, but also other countries. There's like jurisdictional issues regarding the FBI. And I'm like,
okay.
But like, can you just like make a phone call and be like, hey?
I haven't watched it, but I saw something about it, and I started reading about it, and I'm very intrigued, and that's like next on my watch list.
It's fucking crazy. And like initially I was like, okay, this is just conspiracy theory and like people wanting to not accept that
this
something
horrible
awful
happened.
And it's like, no, girl, I don't think so.
You think it was like sex trafficking?
When the FBI is telling you we have pictures of someone who looks exactly like her, yeah, on like a sex trafficking site, 100%.
Oh fuck. Okay, I didn't know.
And multiple witnesses have come forward saying like, I saw this girl, she looked like this, and blah blah blah. And she said her name was Amy, and that she was in this situation. Like,
damn. Okay,
it's fucked. It's really fucked. The cruise lines handled it terribly. There's like the like cruise directors there, and I'm like, you understand this is going on the Netflix, sir. Like, you understand the things you're thinking. You had a second to think it, and then you're like, absolutely, let's fucking say this. Do you need me to say it again?
Louder for the people in the back.
Do you need another angle of me saying this insane fucking shit again? What is wrong with everyone?
I have no idea. It's like, this is a camera, right? This is being recorded. And
it's like, you sound like a dick, sir. Like, even like pretend. Even if just pretend. I don't fucking know what's wrong with everybody. Fuck. You could even be like, hey, it was like 1993 or whatever, fuck, 96. We didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
We didn't know what the fuck. Like, if it was now, we would. Nah, man, there's no remorse. So like,
oh well.
Sucks to be her, I guess.
Damn.
Whatevs. I need to do a conga line. Girl, it's wild.
I gotta go tell somebody to refill the shrimp at the buffet, so.
Yeah, I think it's very good. And it's like definitely like sucks you in. It's like you bang out those 3 episodes real quick.
Okay, it's only 3? All right.
Yeah, but I think she's out there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd love for you to check it out at some point with all of your free time. And let me know what you think.
Oh my God. You're so funny. I love you.
I love you.
What is free time? What's
this?
That? I've never heard this before. I don't know what this is.
No.
Oh my gosh. That's fucking great.
But if that's it, I think
that's it.
Girl, it is our True Listener Tales episode, baby.
Yeah.
Our favorite episode every month and a half, where you guys send us your true, insane, what the fuck stories. And as per usual, you did not disappoint. So I'm going to start things off.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's get this party started. I grew up in a small town. I mean, small town, as in we didn't even have a store, small town. Damn. What we did have was a jail, Charleston Correctional, perched right on top of a great big hill. It basically held people who were really low risk. But there were still some sketchy people there who had been there for so long they earned good behavior treatment. My parents were getting divorced, and both of them were smack in the middle of a midlife crisis, which left me to care for my 3 younger sisters. My best friend lived up the street from us, but remember, it was a small town, so up the street was still a good 20-minute walk. There was a decent snowstorm one night, and I got my siblings all tucked in for bed for the evening before I decided to walk up and get my friend. She didn't like walking to my house alone, so I would walk over and then walk back. That's very nice.
It's very nice.
I walked to her house, and I remember thinking how quiet and eerie it was that night. When I got to her house, her mom started yelling at me. Apparently, a man had escaped from the jail. Girl.
No. Full goosebumps. No.
Mm-mm. We decided it would be better for all of us to camp out at her house, and were about to go get my sisters when my brother came crashing through the door. The guy was just spotted on our street. Granted, he was like a mile and a half away, but I had been walking right towards him.
Fuck. That's way too close still.
We stayed at her house that night, listening to the snowmobiles on the trails out back looking for him. He called a cab, murdered the woman with a hammer. ditched the cab in a field by Tate's farm and was eventually caught. The field was about 2 miles from my house. We talked about that for a long time afterwards because none of us had ever worried about having a jail so close before that. This is a true story. It happened about 17 years ago in Charleston, Maine. That was the scariest and most unsettling thing to ever happen in our small town. That's from Megan. Fuck.
Megan.
Holy
oh my
shit.
God. I'm never walking anywhere alone again after that. I'm sorry.
Girl.
No.
My mother, the town she grew up in, Cuba, Jaruco, she used to go with her grandmother every day to the cemetery to put fresh flowers on relatives' graves. And I guess they did it every day for some reason. And Cuba's very like hilly and mountainous. And I believe the jail was like on the top of the hill and the cemetery was like on the bottom of the hill, something like that, but it was very close. And my mom has a very visceral core memory of being at the cemetery with her grandmother, putting flowers on the grave, and there being a shootout in the cemetery of like these two guys who'd like escaped from the jail, shooting out the cemetery, and her grandmother being like, hide behind the fucking tombstone so you don't get fucking shot. And granted, my mom left Cuba when she was 11. So she's like fucking like 8 years old or some shit when this is happening.
Oh my
And so she's
God.
hiding behind this tombstone, and she looks over and she sees one of the escapees hiding behind the tombstone, like next to her.
Shut
and then
the
he
fuck
put
up.
his finger to his lips, like being like, don't say anything.
This is like straight out of a horror movie or a
10,000 fucking
something.
%.
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
My brain can't even process this.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm assuming she kept quiet and didn't say anything?
Yeah, no, yeah. She didn't say shit.
I'd be like, I don't want to get shot, so...
No. She's like, you do whatever the fuck you want, man. I'm not... I don't have any skin in this game.
I'm going to look over here now.
100%.
You're good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Megan. That was also
crazy. Oh my God,
crazy.
yes. Glad you're safe. Fuck.
Yes. Very glad you're safe. Driving one night on a lonely road in West Texas, I apparently fell asleep at the wheel. The road was straight as an arrow, and I was headed home. Someone slapped me on the back of the head, yelled, "Watch it," and I slammed on the brakes. Looking up, all I could see was the back of a semi-tractor filling my windshield. Holy fuck.
Damn.
I slid into the tractor with just a bump and then stopped on the side of the road. The driver of the semi stopped to see if I was okay. He started out by apologizing because he had fallen asleep and someone had yelled at him to wake up just before he saw me as well. We were both alone in our vehicles.
I love it. All the chills. I love it.
And that was from Jim.
Jim.
Glad
you're safe.
You got somebody looking out for you, man.
Girl, both of you.
Both of you.
I love it.
I love that so much. I love like little like, I don't know, guardian angels or like your, relatives watching out for you or something. I always love that.
Same. And that they're kind of like aggressive.
Yeah, like, hey, eyes on the road.
I love it.
Thank you so much for that, Jim.
Thank you. Years ago, I became good friends with my neighbor across the street. We both had young children, and we spoke and or saw each other every day. Probably 6 years into our friendship, she developed leukemia and only lived 1 more year. She was 35. Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Horrible.
That's too young.
One day, I was looking out of my front window, and I saw the car she used to drive pass by, turn around, and pull up to the curb in front of her house and park. I continued to watch, and I saw her husband and her 3 children get out of the car. The car was a light blue station wagon that she used to drive the kids around in, and her husband still had it. And as I continued to watch, I saw her husband and the kids walk up to the front door of the house and go in. A moment or two later, I saw my friend get out of the car and walk to the door. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but I knew for sure that it was her. I knew because when she got to the front door, she turned, looked at me, and waved. Then she too went into the house. I think she was telling me that everything was okay. I'll never forget that. Nancy. Oh my God, I'm literally going to cry. That's
Nancy.
so sweet and beautiful.
That's so sweet. I love that.
I love that. Oh,
I know. I'm like speechless. Also, all the chills from this episode so far.
I know. Fuck. It's a chilly
Yeah.
episode. I'm glad I'm wearing my
Burr. It's cold in here.
Crop top, the Audacity Severe hoodie.
Yes. It looks so cute on you.
Thank you. I only do crops if they're sweaters that are wildly oversized.
Yes.
Then I can abide.
That's acceptable.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Yeah,
Oh
thank you. That's so sweet. This happened over 10 years ago. We all woke up with shocking news that our neighbor, schizophrenic, killed his parents, both mom and dad.
Fuck.
Oh my God. He chopped their heads and put them in an enormous cauldron and cooked them. No.
Fuck.
No. Is this a story I would do? Yes, but like, no.
But only on Thanksgiving.
Stop
if there's
it.
some
Yeah,
cannibalism involved.
obviously. Oh my God. It was discovered because he went outside and bought some quote unquote spices. Oh.
So yes.
He was all bloody when he went to the store.
Oh
I
God.
cannot unsee the image of their bloody kitchen. And that was from Kay. Kay!
Holy fuck.
I would never sleep again. What the fuck?
Why are people fucking... I mean, he has mental illness. That's
Yeah.
obviously very different than just people being fucking nuts. But
this is like next level.
dude, I wonder if it was one of those things... I mean, it usually is of like, we're just going to ignore the very massive red flags.
I mean, you hear that a lot, so.
Yeah. That they're like, it's my kid and I need to,
Yeah.
you know, they're our kid for better or worse. And it's like, but they could get help. I'm also speculating wildly. It could be that they did everything to help them and the system didn't allow that. That's also a thing we hear of.
Yeah.
I'm not victim blaming.
No, God, of course not.
That's just fucked. I'm just trying to make sense of something that's fucking horrific. That's all it is. This is horrific.
Yes. But this is why mental health is so important and getting treatment is so important, because then hopefully, ideally, things like this can be avoided.
Absolutely. Yes. Fuck.
Okay. Thank you so much for that story. The trauma is real.
Yeah. Thank you. As a nurse, I worked night shift in the hospital.
Oh, no. Already out the gate. This is not going to be good.
No. Mm-mm. A usual part of our routine was doing hourly rounds on our patients to make sure everyone was okay. Because it was a 40-bed unit and the hallways were dark at night, we'd do our rounds using a flashlight. I'm sorry. I hate that.
No.
What
are we, saving on the electricity? Fucking turn a switch on. Absolutely not.
I am very sensitive to light when I sleep. Like, I am the person that when I go to a hotel room and there's that fucking digital clock, which is like a fucking floodlight, those red goddamn lights, that I will like either put it face down or put it in a drawer because I cannot. I guess my eyelid skin is very thin and me closing my eyes does not do shit. I can still see everything. Even so, just keep the fucking lights on in the hallway.
Yeah.
Keep them on. I would be way more unsettled seeing someone with a fucking flashlight in a dark hallway.
Yes.
Than just the lights on and people walking around. Just saying.
Also, I'm walking around a fucking hospital at night with a flashlight. Like, no.
No, it's very creepy.
That's
it's very Watergate. No.
Oh my God, no.
So we do our rounds using a flashlight, which I would often keep facing downward to avoid shining it directly at someone. One particular night, as I was rounding, I walked past the doorway of a room that had only one patient. I knew this patient had no IV or catheter, which would require a closer look, so I didn't spend much time going further into the room. At that moment, I saw a dark figure standing at the foot of the bed. I continued to walk a few steps past the doorway when I realized what I thought I'd just seen, stopping short in my tracks, then backing up and taking another look. Eerily, I shined my light directly into the room and saw my patient sleeping. There was nothing more. Feeling relieved but certain I had seen something, I returned to the nurse's station and told my coworkers what I had just experienced. We all sort of freaked out but continued on with the shift. That morning, I reiterated my story to the day shift. I went home, and just as I was about to crawl into bed, my phone rang. It was my nurse manager informing me that my patient had passed away suddenly from a blood clot. I will never forget this as long as I live. What was it that I saw standing at the foot of the bed that night? The dark angel? Maybe it was just my imagination, but I don't think so. And that was from Karen.
Karen.
Girl. No, girl.
No, you saw the angel of death. You know.
We all know.
What's up? Yeah. Chilling.
I don't know that I could not be like a doctor or nurse, period, because I'm not helpful in a crisis at all. And I'm like too empathetic in the like what you're going through is really emotional for me, which is very selfish and ridiculous. But all that being said, let's assume that I was killer in a crisis. But I couldn't imagine having this experience on the regular and just being fine with it.
No.
I'd be like, get the padded room, lock me up. I can't handle this.
Yeah. That's tough too, because like if it does continue to happen, like is there a possibility that then you can save people by saying this, but also are people going to believe you?
Or also like maybe there's nothing you can do and it's just like that's just their time.
It's inevitable. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, but
crazy. Karen, thank you so much.
Yes.
And thank you for your service.
Oh my God.
We could not do this. Yeah.
Thank you.
When I was 11, my family lived in a 2-story rental home that was set up like a boarding house. Each bedroom in the underground basement had its own sink and mirror, and it was just naturally dark and cold down there. One morning, my nieces, 3 and 4, and I were playing quietly in one of the downstairs bedrooms when I felt the presence of someone staring at me.
Mm-mm.
As I look up, I notice my jokester brother, 9, dressed in a blue and red Superman shirt and shorts in the doorway of the bedroom. I thought it was odd that he wasn't saying anything and just standing there smiling at us, so I figured he was up to no good. I mean, correct, as little brothers I'm sure usually are. He abruptly turned around and ran into the bedroom that was diagonal from the one we were in without turning on the lights. I didn't really think anything sinister at that time since I thought he was playing around, so naturally I chased after him. He was consistently a few feet ahead of me, and as we both ran into the dark room, a faint beam of light illuminated the closet just barely. He suddenly stopped in front of the closet, turned around to face me, smiled a wide grin, then ran into the dark closet. I had immediately paused and remember thinking that what he did was so strange for him. I had to look in the closet because I was half expecting him to jump scare me any second and found nothing.
What?
No. Get out of the basement right now. Get the fuck out. This snapped me out of play mode because he's the biggest scaredy cat I know, and he would have never entered a dark room by himself, let alone a dark closet. Completely freaked out, I ran to grab my nieces, who had still been playing in the original room, and hustled upstairs. The change in light was so drastic, I remember squinting to see both my dad and the same brother I was just chasing sitting on the couch watching TV. I told my dad what had just happened, and he said my brother had been sitting there with him this whole time. He was wearing the same outfit that whatever I saw was wearing. I still get chills thinking about it. And that was from T.
What the fuck?
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Oh my God, no. It's like a mimic, a doppelganger. I don't know. I don't like any of it. Don't go in the basement anymore. No.
I would priest party the fuck out of that place.
Right?
And him. Be like, hey, you're going to come over here, do a little sagey, a little holy water.
Yes.
Do an egg cleansing, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I wove you your own set of sage pajamas, so enjoy those. Those are for you.
They're organic.
They're organic. They're for you. The smiling and not saying anything is always just like very creepy to me.
I just want to know what the fuck is up with a doppelganger? Like, why are they a thing? Because from stories I've heard and we've covered, they're not really like messengers or harbingers of doom of like this thing's gonna happen. It's just like, oh, I just like my doppelganger came in like 10 minutes before I did for the fuck of it. I don't like, why?
I feel like when I did the Tanya Leggert doppelganger story, I think that was her last name, it seemed like it wanted to take her place.
Right.
Which was very alarming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very strange. I don't know what that's about.
Do we think it's like fae shit?
Maybe. Of like almost like a changeling situation where it wants to, yeah, maybe. Either way, I don't want any part of it. Please and
10,000%. Again, as usual, love that for you. I just want to read about it.
T, thank you so much for that story. And I hope that was the one and only time you experienced that. I don't want that for you.
One is plenty.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I'm at my max now.
Thanks, T. A long time ago, I was coming back from a party and I was sharing a cab with two girls. They dropped me off about half a mile from my house. It was more than 20 years ago. And I was walking on the grass alongside a few scattered buildings and lots of shrubbery. After a little while, I felt very uncomfortable and felt/heard someone following me a few paces behind. Oof, I hate that.
No.
I was extremely scared. I wanted to scream right there, but something held me back. All of a sudden, I heard voices saying, "Don't run, don't scream, keep walking, you're safe." Now, I believe they were angels. I could see them. I kept walking, and I felt the man getting closer to me. However, I felt a sort of aura around me, like a divine protection, and I placed my trust in God. When I was nearing my house, I heard, "Now, scream now, call your brother, call for his help." It turned out that my parents were not home, only my brother. I did that and began to scream at the top of my lungs and ran as fast as I could. The maniac ran after me and began to choke me. Holy fuck!
My God.
My brother had heard my screams and went downstairs to alert the chief of police who lived in our building. And soon he was there with help. Thank fuck.
Thank you. Jeez. That's convenient, by the way.
Girl. Yeah. They pulled the maniac off of me in time. If I hadn't listened to the angels and had screamed at the very beginning, perhaps I would be too far away for anyone to hear. And that's from Maya. Oh my God.
Maya.
All of the chills.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you're okay. That's crazy. Someone's looking out for you too. So.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My brain can't process this information.
No.
No.
I don't even know what to say.
No. This is a thing I only want to happen in movies. I don't want it to be in real life. Yes.
100%. Yes. Thank you so much for that. I'm so glad you're okay. And clearly people watching out for you.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
You're good, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, don't don't test
it. Don't
test it.
Don't take it for granted. Like,
don't just, let's just fucking fuck around and find out. Like,
no.
Because then at some point I think they're gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? Stop.
I have other people to watch out for. Like, you're becoming a full-time 24/7 job. So
exactly.
In 2007, I was at university taking on more than a full course load, waiting tables, doing volunteer work, and generally exhausting myself to death. It was a Friday in March. I'd pulled an all-nighter the night before, and after finishing my afternoon classes, I decided to lie down for a quick rest before my shift at work. As I was lying there with my eyes closed, this vision flashed up behind my eyelids of a person hanging, and then someone lifting them up.
Oh my God.
It startled me to the point that I sat up out of bed, giving up on the idea of sleep and deciding to get ready for work. A couple hours later, I was waiting tables when a man came into the restaurant to see me. I had never seen this man before, and when he walked in the front door of the restaurant, there was no indication that he was there for me. Yet somehow, instinctively, this uncomfortable feeling started twisting around in my gut. As he spoke to my manager, a feeling of dread passed over me. How did I know they were talking about me? I couldn't hear them. They weren't looking at me. My manager sent me to talk to this unsettling stranger, and he gave me the news. My younger brother was dead. Before the man even explained how he had died, I knew. He had hanged himself. It had happened at the approximate time that I had that vision. I've never been able to fully make sense of it, But along with other experiences in my life, I think it lends itself to the suggestion that we, as humans, as living beings, as part of the universe, are far more deeply connected than we observe in normal circumstances. And that is from Shauna.
Oh,
Shauna.
girl. Sending so much love.
So much love. That was a beautiful way to end such a sad story. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Also, very brother heavy episode.
Very brother heavy episode. Yeah.
Strangely. I do find that we often get like themes.
Inadvertently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely have had, not to this level, obviously, but have had experiences where like all of a sudden, right before something happened, I like knew it was about to happen.
Girl. And then you fucking told me that you never had any weird shit happen?
Yeah, because it was like one time in school, they made this like, this was like elementary school, so like it was not a big deal. But they announced some like award or something that I had never even heard of. And the second they were like, okay, we're going to announce like who's going to win. It's like the President's Award or like the Honor Award or something. I literally in that moment, I was like, oh my fucking God, it's going to be me. And I'm going to have to walk on stage. This is so fucking awful. Like I am just, because I was such a shy child. And I like the thought of walking on stage was genuinely terrifying to me. And I was
like, recognized for the incredible human you are.
No, I hated it. I hated any attention. It was awful. Yeah. No one had told me about this before. I did not even know this thing was like an award they were giving. I had no idea that this was happening. And the second they said they were going to announce who it was, I was like, it's going to fucking be me. And I'm going to have to go on stage. And it was. And I had to go on stage. And the whole time I was just like, I fucking knew it. I was so mad. So mad. I was so nervous. I hated it. But yeah, things like that have happened to me a couple times where it's just like, there's no reason for me to know it's going to be me. And I fucking know it's going to be me.
I mean, there's definitely like things I've had where like I knew, and I've told you a few of them, like that I just knew, like I remember I was seeing this guy, but we were like kind of it was like, we were like, it took like 2 months for us to break up because we were like in the process of it for like a very long, because he didn't know what the fuck he wanted, whatever. And we'd gone out to go see a show. And he spent the night, and I had to go to work, or I don't know what the fuck I had to do, but I was like gone for like 12 hours. And while I was gone, I was like, he left me a note. Like there's a note somewhere in my apartment. And he'd never done anything like that. And I was like, he left me, and like for 12 hours, I'm like, there's a note he left me in my apartment somewhere. So I have this like so overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
For 12 hours. I get home, I look everywhere in my apartment, and there's no note. And I'm like, oh, I'm just a psycho. Got it. I'm a lunatic.
No, you're a witch, Monique. You have witchy powers. Where was this fucking note? Because it exists.
And then I sat down on my couch, and it was right there on the coffee table. He'd written me a card.
Yep.
And it was like, and he'd never, ever, ever done that in the like 5 months that we dated. But it was like, I knew it. I knew that like, and there are other things that have happened recently that like me knowing that like, certain people were going to show up and that they were going to bring me something. And it was like, I hadn't seen these people in a long time. It was weird. Like, it was like, no, I know it. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know. It's all weird.
It's weird. As Shauna said, we're more deeply connected than we really think. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of really think so. Honestly, yeah. The older I get and the more I read about things and hear people's experiences.
100%.
But thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Shauna.
Sending so much love your way.
Same.
So this is my last story. I have never used a Ouija board, and I warn those that ask about them to stay away. Excellent advice.
Yes, correct.
Even though Amy and I did use one not that long ago.
Again, nothing happens though.
No.
I don't know if it's me or if it was Donna or the combination of both of us, but they're like, Donna. Absolutely not.
It's Donna.
No, I don't want to just blame Donna. I love Donna.
No, it 100% is Donna.
I think it's the combination of both of us, honestly. Like there's something about us being together that the ghosts are like, I don't like these guys. I don't like these two.
Well, because we've only played at Donna's place, and I've played the Ouija board at Donna's place, not with you, and the exact same thing happens. It closes the game itself. It goes to goodbye itself. It'll like do like 2 letters, then be like, goodbye.
Bye.
I've never experienced anywhere except at Donna's, which is hilarious.
So funny.
But also just don't play with a Ouija board. Don't listen to me. Don't go off my actions. Go off of what I'm telling you, what this person's telling you.
Correct.
If you haven't had an experience with one and don't understand what they really are, you could be starting something that gets out of control. Facts.
Correct.
Back to the board. Having said that, my mother had an experience when she was a young woman. Her and a couple of friends were playing with a board one evening. When they were through using it, the friends said their goodbyes, and Mom went about cleaning up. She was alone with the board and wanted to keep using it. People, the board is not your personal magic 8-ball. Correct. It is a tool that could open a portal from the other side. Who knows what could get through? My mother's spiritual guardian is her grandmother on her father's side. She's most likely where I get my gifts. My mom decided to ask another question. When she put her fingers on the planchette, it moved on its own. It spelled out, "You need to call," and included a local number.
What?
Girl.
That is so specific.
100%.
It wasn't like you need to call Ghostbusters. It was like, by the way, here's the digits.
My mom wasn't about to call a phone number she didn't recognize. But when she placed her fingers on the planchette again, it spelled out, "I said, you need to call." Damn.
Okay. Excuse me. Did I stutter? No.
Sassy AF.
This is a sassy ghost. I love it.
I am so here for this. I'm not, even if it's a demon, I'm like, give me a sassy demon. I'm here for this.
Yeah.
And it included the same phone number. At this point, she decided to call the number. It turned out to be the home number of a local spiritualist, medium, channeler, and minister, the Reverend Marnie Koski. The woman that answered was very annoyed. She said, quote, "If you want an appointment, you will have to call the church. This is the Reverend's home number. How did you get this number?" End quote. By then, the Reverend got on the phone and asked who she was speaking to and how did Mom get her home number. Mom told her the whole story. Reverend Koski said that Mom's grandmother wanted her to get rid of the Ouija board and never touch it again. The Reverend also said by Mom using the board, her grandmother had to cross the veil to protect Mom while using the board and, quote, "She was too busy to deal with such nonsense."
She's like, "I have tea with Jesus at 12. I don't have time for this. Thank you."
Or like to protect you from fucking demons because you're opening a fucking portal using this goddamn Parker Brothers game. Jesus.
This is such grandma energy. I love it.
I am high-key obsessed.
Oh, yes.
So there is your Ouija board story. My mom got rid of it as instructed. Break it into 7 pieces and throw it away or bury it far from home. Didn't know that.
Did not know that. Okay.
Note, a lot of people think setting a haunted item on fire is the best way to get rid of it and neutralize it. Wrong. The fire releases the energy of a haunted object and can cause mayhem in your life. Good luck and make smart choices. Wendy.
Wendy.
I'm obsessed with you and your mom and your spirit grandma. Just saying.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Also, great life advice. Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably still fuck around with a Ouija board. Again, not my apartment. I'll fuck up someone else's house. Not do that in mine.
Smart. Yeah. That's a smart choice, though. So there you go.
Absolutely. Yes.
There you go.
It's a calculated risk, right?
Yes.
That's all life is. Calculated risk.
Oh my God. I just can't get over the giving the exact phone number. Yeah. Call this number.
I want to be that. If I want to come back for fucking Ouija board and be sassy as fuck. 100%.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
My death goals. My ghost goals.
Oh my God, I would love that. you would start off every answer with "girl."
Oh, 100%. That's how you know it's me.
Oh my God.
But it's like a U. It's like GURL. or like
Yes.
8 R's, then you're like, oh, Monique's here.
Monique's here.
That's how we
hey,
know.
Girl. What's up? What number do I need to call? Thank you.
Girl. But thank you so much for that, Wendy.
Yes, thank you. Amazing. Now for my last story. I actually saw and experienced a UFO. Fuck yes. I'm here for it. Thank you. I love you. You're enriching my life. You're doing the Lord's work. With my sister and our then boyfriends at a drive-in in Huntington Beach, California around 1973, along with several hundred other people.
Damn.
In fact, my sister and I ask each other about it every once in a while just to do reality checks. I would never shut up about this.
No. like the icebreaker, like at, you know, when you start a job where you have to do this fucking bullshit cocktail party and it's like, tell us a fact about yourself. He's like, hi, my name is Amy and I saw a fucking UFO with my sister. How are you?
Yes.
Yes. First fact, right out the gate.
Also, anytime I saw my sister, I'd be like, hey, oh my God, I missed you. It's so good to see you. Remember when we saw that UFO? That was fucking crazy.
Like, have you remembered that? Can we talk about this for the rest of our lives? Please and thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like I would do it to the point that people got annoyed. They'd be like, yeah, the fucking UFO. We fucking know. We've heard about it 400 times. I went on to marry and have a child with my boyfriend. And even though divorced, we would reality check each other on seeing the UFO and how it behaved. None of us ever saw it on an LA news report, nor did we read about it in the OC Register newspaper. There were a lot, all caps, of other people who saw it though. We were watching a movie, THX 1138, a sci-fi movie, but not a space opera. Towards the very end of the movie, lights like searchlights played across the cars, interrupting the film. People began to blow their horns and shout. The HBPD was known to fly helicopters using searchlights to look for people, so while I was in the car, that's what I thought it was. But there was no sound of helicopters. When the movie was ending, we got out of the car to see what was up. Directly overhead was a huge, round, silver-looking vessel with kind of a center that rotated around the circumference of it. It was hovering directly overhead, very slowly. It was just there. My sister and I were kids and totally in awe, but we were still kids and went over to an older couple who were watching the movie next to their fence while grilling burgers. The drive-in became really, really quiet. The people we were standing next to were slack-jawed, looking up at the sky. The man was just pointing. We kept on watching the UFO the whole time. Suddenly, the UFO started to go higher in the air and go forward more quickly. All of us prepared for the wind we thought would follow it beginning to move. After going forward for a few seconds, it began to accelerate forward really fast. In a couple of seconds, it was out of sight. We waited for the wash from its departure to hit us, but it never happened. After it was gone, everyone began to talk at once. We were amazed how there was no wash from its acceleration, no sound at all, and yet it was just as real as any of the cars, the building, plants, or each other. We all saw it. I had always thought I would be terrified if I saw something like that, but it was like seeing anything else, just there. Not threatening or malevolent, nor particularly benevolent. Just a fact to observe. Our dad was an aerospace engineer and a physicist at the McDonnell Douglas facility in Huntington Beach at the time.
Sploosh, that's really cool.
Right? Hi. Hello. I know it's your dad. I'm sorry. I'm not objectifying him. I just, I love science.
That's very cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
My sister and I were so excited when we got home, we woke dad up to tell him about it. In addition to our 2 boyfriends, a friend who was already out of high school was with us. All 5 of us told him about what happened, and our stories were consistent. Although I think my dad was reluctant to believe us, he did. I think he totally believed us because we all told the same story of what we saw. I have no proof because the UFO didn't land. We didn't see beings, but we saw a physical object behave in ways that it technically shouldn't be able to, with not displacing air with its passage and causing wind, as well as the incredible speed with which it moved when it was leaving. And I was not the only person to see it happen. I talked not only to my sister about it, but to the other people in the drive-in after it happened. We talked to the older guy in the beach chair next to the drive-in fence. Many people saw it that evening in August. My sister and I still talk about it. Do I believe in quote-unquote aliens? Pretty much, because probability alone says they exist somewhere else in the universe. It's a big place. Do I, quote unquote, believe in UFOs? Belief is not a big word in my vocabulary. I depend on the evidence of my senses. Having one in such a matter-of-fact manner, I know they exist, even if I don't know what they are or where they are from. And that was from Maria Luisa. Holy fuck.
Maria Luisa, you made Amy's life.
Yes. Thank you. I'm beaming. I'm hardcore jelly, but I love that. Yes. I need a UFO story every day, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. 100%.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my cold dead heart, Maria Luisa.
Yes, thank you.
Goddess queen. Thank you.
You made Amy's life.
I am so excited. I'm taking this as a belated birthday gift to me. Thank you.
100%.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, as you should. And thank you to everyone who submitted their stories. Holy shit.
They get crazier every fucking time we do this, and I don't know how.
Yeah. And so many chills. Oh my God.
Yes. The chills abound.
100%. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, as per usual. We're obsessed with you. This is another fucking horror podcast. I'm Monique Sanchez.
And I'm Amy Trayton.
You can find me on the gram at PinUpGirlMo.
You can find me at Lobotomy, and that's Lobot.Amy.
If you have your own crazy story, you should email us at anotherfuckinghorrorpodcast@gmail.com with a period instead of the U and fucking. Or you can go on our sexy ass website that Amy made, and there you could submit your own personal story, and you could also have links to our Patreon where you could see us recap episode by episode Chimp Crazy, and it is fucking crazy. You can snag some of our merch, and you could also get tickets to see us live in New Orleans. So definitely do that. It's going to be so much fun in the most haunted city in the United States. Also, if you like the show, please tell a friend or tell two. Also, please rate, review, and subscribe. It is the easiest and freest way to support us. And the more ratings and reviews we get, the more visibility we get, so that someday, hopefully sooner rather than later, we can do this full time where we just talk about spooky what the fuck stories on the regular. Guys, we're so fucking obsessed with you. You're so fucking rad as fuck, and we're so grateful for you. As always, keep it cute.
Keep it creepy.
Bye.